Hey everybody, this is Lorelia coming to you with a quick video. So I'm here in New Jersey. We're still under quarantine. I believe maybe some states the quarantine has been lifted. So far, we're a month in and have my mask here. And kind of just want to talk about the 484 billion that has been signed into law. The bill has been signed. More funds, more SBA funds are coming down the pipeline. And so in the last few videos, I've been talking about how not to lose out on this second wave of funding, especially the individuals who are part of the gig economy, freelancers, independent contractors, whatever you call yourself, as well as sole proprietors. Because one thing that I've noticed during the last wave that occurred, the first wave, is that it was a lot of misinformation out there. A lot of people were being told that if you were not a employee, an employer who has employees in terms of payroll, that you couldn't get the funding. And I did a video, I believe it was Saturday. It talked about follow the money, the wealthy. In that video, I actually break out using the Treasury document. If you go to treasury.gov, for you to see it for yourself in black and white. What's the words, what's the terminology, how to get your fair share. Because the one thing that I can't stress and hit home enough on is that the world is changing. And I don't mean changing in the scheme of, living in fear. Of course, that's part of it. But one of the big things is your ability to find out information. And if you leave it to the powers that be, whoever you think that may be, whoever you are considering the puppeteer who holds the strings, you are always going to be left out in the loop. So if you are a small business owner, if you are a freelancer, if you are an independent contractor, if you are a sole proprietor, if you are one of the individuals who do not have an employees, you can get your fair share. Now, this is one thing that I'm going to kind of give you, and this is what a lot of people do not know. Your Schedule C is what's needed. Now, your lender, whoever you're working with, may not tell you. Your Schedule C is needed. But the one thing that you have to also look at, you have to have a profit for 2019. And one may say, well, Aurelia, if taxes have been extended and they're now due in July, how would a person how would a person know if they're going to have a profit or a loss? And that's where I come in, that if you are a business owner and you're not knowing what's your cash, what's your cash on hand on a daily basis, at the minimum on a weekly basis, I'm going to say to you, shame on you. That's right. I'm going to say shame on you, because no person who's running a business should not know how much cash on hand they should have. The worst thing that you will want to do as a business owner is to have a shoebox of receipts or whatever you do to manage the bookkeeping in your business, and then wait to the end of the year for the accountant to put all that information together. So unfortunately, you not having a tax return is not a precursor of why you cannot get the funds. You should have at least a P&L together, and then those numbers can, depending on what type of relationship you have with your accountant, some of you all are do-it-yourselfers. There's software that they'll put the numbers in. For example, if you use like TaxAct is a very consumer-friendly preparation software, tax preparation software. And then if you use the Intuit self-employed, pretty much what it can do is that if you have your numbers, your P&L numbers that is in the Intuit bookkeeping accounting system, those numbers can be put in automatically into any tax program, TaxFact, any of the consumer versions. Of course, the prepared versions, they have that as well. But if you don't have that type of trusted relationship with your tax professional, I talked about that in the last video. One thing that I noticed, many individuals did not have a trusted relationship. So they're walking around with, with their heads cut off. They're trying to get advice from, they cousins who don't run a business. And so if you need some guidance on it, I've said in my video that I did Saturday, I'm bringing back the monthly classes. The monthly classes that I'm going to be doing is one class for the month. There'll be a particular theme, and of course the theme this month is getting your financials in order, so you could be able to not only get the funding and the wave that has been signed, the bill that passed today, but whatever's that's coming down the road. Because understand, there are people who are going to flourish in the season, and there's going to be people who are going to fail in the season. And it's all going to be dependent upon the knowledge that you get access to, and what and you getting that knowledge and using it to execute. So right now, there's no reason why you can't get your fair share. Because whether you don't get your share of this second wave of funding, understand the books of your business, you being able to have a financial stronghold on your business, allows you to create your own economic stimulus outside of whatever the government is giving you or what have you. But I get it. There are people that they are hurting, especially the gig economy folks, especially individuals who pretty much had to exchange hours for dollars. And that could be self-employed, 1099 individuals, freelancers, gig economy folks. And so now this is your moment. But understand, you have to show a profit. You can't show a loss. If you show a loss, and I showed you that document, if you look at 2 videos ago of mine, where I show you in the document, so you don't have to feel like, well, where is it? I take you to the treasury.gov website and I show you where the document is. So if you want to learn more about the class, we kick off Sunday night. If you want to get on my email communication class, email communication list, you could go to, and you want to directly enroll in the class. Now, remind you, it's a monthly class. It is not, it's not for funding, so it's not a process to get you started with funding. But it is a class that probably can assist you down the road, because what I'm noticing is that a lot of people aren't funding ready. And I've said this all last year. I told you all, those net 30 accounts, all that crazy stuff that they told you to get, them vendor accounts, ain't none of that stuff help you with getting no funding. So you didn't have to take it from me. You see right now, none of that stuff will help you get funding. And I know people have said, well, you know what? The SBA pulled my credit. That doesn't surprise me. SBA funding is widely contingent upon your credit. What does that mean? That means your credit is connected to your character. I didn't make this up. It's just, that's how the rules are. Because understand, when you enter in a contractual agreement with a lender, you're giving your word. And your word is that if you loan me this money, I'm going to pay you back. I understand. I'm not here to judge. Things happen. Life happens. You're unable to make the payments or whatever the case may be. But understand, all last year, I was telling you all, those net 30 accounts, those vendor accounts, not going to help you. We seeing it right now. None of that stuff is going to help you. People trying to get access to money, and none of it is going to help you. Because why? I was telling people, get your personal credit right. Hey, how you doing, Lorenzo? Get your personal credit right. Just because in the time and day that we're going in now, and especially with artificial intelligence and AI, you are really going to see AI do its work once we get on the other side of in the other side of this whole pandemic. You are going to see AI in full effect, and it's all going to be contingent upon your behaviors of how you do stuff. That's what AI goes off of. It goes by human behavior. It mimics it. That's why they say that birds of a feather flock together. Whatever the saying, goes, you hang around five broke people, you're going to be number six. Because the one thing that humans cannot fight against is association. So if you are not in this season tied into something bigger than what it is that you are going to basically be financially slaughtered. And that's what happened. I did other videos on it, and I talked about how I'm in Facebook groups, and people just they don't know where to start. And I'm like, wow, the information is right online. Like, ain't nobody trying to hide it. Like, they tell you how you're supposed to proceed with the funding. And even if one may say, well, you know what, Lorraine, my lender is saying this. Well, now you have leverage, because now you can go to your lender and say, well, you're asking about this, but it says this, and then you'll know if that lender is best suited for you. But like I said, if you have interest in the class, we kick off Sunday night. And you can go to DIYcredithub.com. And that right there will give you information on the class. It is a monthly class. It is a monthly subscription. It's a once a month class. So a lot of people have been asking me about it, and I am bringing it back. Go to DIYcredithub.com and you'll learn more about the class. I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.